I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get out.
on? Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
How come when you tase a nigger, it's like you done killed him 27 times?
I'm not gonna do this, right? Stop.
You're done. You're done.
At this point right now, you're under arrest for you're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for
For a
obstruction of justice.
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me why I'm being stopped.
Gutierrez just sprayed Nazario, still without either officer having told Nazario what exactly he was pulled over for.
I don't answer questions.
Stop.
Stop! 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 Stop!
Okay, you are under arrest.
My police is getting scared, and they said he touched one time, and they go, hey, is the suspect ever a white male? And I go, no. And it's like, I don't see what you're going to say. And everybody says I sincerely don't, because, bro, they're the worst race.
Body cam video is about 30 minutes long and shows the initial arrest of Donald Neely, who was handcuffed and tethered to a rope.
Let's go walk.
And then walked down the streets of Galveston by two police officers on horseback. The image of the controversial August arrest sparking outrage and charges of racism. The officers were cleared of wrongdoing.
Your buddy's giving me the idea that maybe he's got a gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think.
How?
I don't know. Just the way, I mean, just the way you're holding yourself, man. Like, that's why we're nervous, man. That's it. I mean, if you're scared because you got a little bit of weed, that'll be one thing.
Officer,
okay.
There's no weed.
Okay.
There's no shake on the floor.
Okay, so there's no shake on the floor?
The examples are endless. The brutalizations, even with the installation of body cameras, continue, and there is a certain safe space for many. From the courts of the National Basketball Association to the rinks of the National Hockey League, the diamonds of Major League Baseball, including, yes, communist Los Angeles for all you conservatives out there, the theme remains. With countless lives lost to state-sponsored police violence, the stats going heavily against any words a police spokesperson spews in the wake of a tragedy, and the world watching in horror to this devastating and inexcusable normality in the U.S., we must ask, why have so many sports teams continued the practice of Police Appreciation Night? The San Francisco Giants held Law Enforcement Appreciation Night, advertising it on their team page with a giveaway. The Nashville Predators held their own version as well. My hometown Chicago Blackhawks did so with a special offer. Buy a ticket through a certain promotion and receive a hat with a thin blue line flag on it. As many know, the thin blue line flag, in conjunction with the crock of a mantra, Blue Lives Matter, came about as a rallying cry to mock Black Lives Matter, a movement pleading with cops to stop killing unarmed black people. You can find it at white supremacist rallies, including the Charlottesville Massacre. Don't worry, though. The Allen Americans of the ECHL honored law enforcement with these jerseys. Yikes. In the U.S., as we know it, the police are not using brutality to enforce the law. They're using the law to enforce something else, a particular social order that is, to them, worth fighting for. After George Floyd's death, many teams responded through carefully worded PR statements that can only strive to be in the same category as Ben & Jerry's. However, it goes back before that. As Howard Bryant notes, after 9/11, the overpolicing began, including, of course, in a stadium near you. In sports, they received Law Enforcement Appreciation Nights, 50,000 people honoring police at Yankee Stadium, 40,000 at Minute Maid Park, the first 20,000 fans receiving replica badges from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, 20,000 more at Madison Square Garden.
I'm not harassing you.
You're harassing me.
How am I harassing you?
I'm going to show you right now.
How am I harassing you?
11:30. You're going to find out.
How am I harassing you?
You're shining your light in my police car.
I was asking if you were okay.
Why would you ask me that? I'm a police officer. Why you ask me if I'm okay? Do I need you?
Am I not allowed to ask if the police are
Why
okay?
you ask me if I'm okay? 11:30. You're going to find out.
In a video taken by the YouTube channel Open Government Investigations, the citizens come across an idle vehicle and ask to see if the officer inside is okay.
Where you guys? Let me see your IDs.
No.
Let me see your IDs.
I don't have my ID on me.
Okay, you need to get out of here then. You have ID. You have to be in the streets of Florida.
If we're free to go,
You have to have an ID to be on the street.
Yes, you do. You need to ID yourself.
No,
Okay.
unless we committed a crime.
Be quiet.
No,
You're
not at all.
Okay.
You have to have ID.
What's your name and
I don't
badge?
have ID on me.
Okay.
Sergeant Jack. What's your
You
number?
want?
What's your ID
You're going to
number?
find out real soon.
What's your ID
Okay.
number?
Am I going to get you? You're going to find out real soon.
What's your ID number?
You're going to find out real soon.
Look what you're doing to this house right here.
Why you care? Where you live at?
What do you mean?
Where do you live at?
Doesn't matter.
Where do you live at?
Doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you're in a neighborhood harassing a police officer.
No.
I'm not
It does
harassing.
matter. It
I
does
literally was
matter.
asking if you
You're
were
gonna
okay.
find
You're
out.
the one that
You're gonna
escalated
find out.
this.
You're gonna find out.
This was his reaction. And honestly, it feels like they may have caught him doing something instead of an honest, yes, I'm fine, and everyone just goes on their merry way.
Why wouldn't I be okay? I'm working.
Because I've seen you here for a while, and I was just
Why
making
is
sure
that
you're
your
okay.
business? I'm in my zone. What is your business?
Because
Why
I'm
is that
allowed
your
to
business?
ask if you were
Why
okay.
is it your business?
Wow. I mean, what is your problem, dude?
We're gonna find out. I need your ID right now. Give me your ID. Give me your ID. I need to identify who you are. These clowns came over here harassing me.
Literally, okay, real quick. Can I talk to you real quick? I asked
Give me
him.
your ID.
I don't have my ID on
Okay,
me.
you have to have an ID to be on the street as an adult. Okay?
No, not to
if
be
you
on the
know so much you're
streets.
recording, you should know that. Okay.
Not to be on the streets. It's only for
Run this guy
driving.
right here. We need to run these guys back down.
What crime am I being
Okay,
suspected
put
of?
your phones down. You're getting investigated right now.
Okay.
They came here harassing.
Okay, listen.
Run them back down.
Can I talk to you, please? This guy is like freaking out. Okay, listen. I asked him if he was okay. I was walking around. I noticed he's been sitting here for a while. I didn't know if sometimes people fall asleep. I wanted to make sure he was okay.
But I wasn't sleeping.
All I did was turn my flashlight on because I was
Came
looking.
in my car,
And he's like,
flashing my light.
"Why are you
He's
harassing me?" I
harassing
said, "Are you okay?" And he was
Harassing
like,
me.
"What are you doing?" I was like, "Are you okay? I'm just checking
need
to
to
see if
run
you're
these guys
okay."
back
And he
down.
starts
These guys-
freaking out on us.
So here an officer appears to fabricate a story with the cameras rolling and attempts to get his fellow policeman on his side.
Stop coming near my camera. I didn't break a law. I have to break a law for you to ID me.
This guy's harassing me.
No. Fourth Amendment protected. Why is everyone coming at me? You're all at me right now. Why at me? No, I'm not, sir. You can't make a First Amendment protected activity.
What are you talking about?
Who are you to come in my car, flashing light in my car?
Is it illegal to fucking walk around with
Okay,
a flashlight?
Who are you to do that? You're not a police officer.
I'm
You're
a
regular
concerned citizen.
Okay, and I'm working.
Okay,
I'm working.
and I was checking to make sure you are okay.
You don't even
So
live
why
here,
don't you
man.
calm down with the
You don't
attitude?
even live
Because
here.
I've been polite with
You don't
you.
even live here.
You don't even
You
know
don't even
that.
live here.
You don't even know that.
Identify yourself then. Where you live at? Where's your
I don't
ID?
have to identify myself.
Where's your ID?
901.151
Where's your
states
ID?
I do not have to
Where's your
identify
ID?
myself. I am done talking to
You
you.
harassing me.
Go 10-8, dude.
You're harassing
Go
me.
10-8. I am done
You're
with
harassing
you.
me.
You need to go 10-8, man.
I know that. I know who they are. I know exactly.
You don't
who
know.
they are.
You have
You're
no
harassing
idea
me.
who
You came
I
out to my
am.
car, putting your light in my car.
I was
That's
standing right
harassment.
there on the sidewalk, so good luck, bro.
That's a lie. This guy
I was standing right there on the sidewalk.
Right in front of my car.
Really? I got body
Right in
camera and
front of my
everything.
car. Right in front of my car. That's where you
You're
are.
a
Right in front-
punk, dude. You give police officers a bad name, dude. You're
Really?
a punk.
Because
Yes.
you're antagonizing me? I
No,
give him a
because
bad
you're
name?
antagonizing. You're the one that freaking
Huh?
set off on
You
us, dude.
came here to bother me in my job.
That's ridiculous,
I'm
bro.
working. Why are you here?
Because you've been sitting
Why
here
are
for a
you
while.
here?
First Amendment
You've been
right.
sitting
Why
here
are
for
you
a
here?
while, and I wanted to make
Why
sure
are
you
you
were
here?
okay.
He's not though.
Why are you here?
Officer safety, I was
You
trying to
have
make
nothing
sure
better
you
to
were
do. You
okay.
have nothing better to do.
Got First Amendment
That's
Okay.
why
right to
you're here.
record you in
You
your
have nothing
duties.
better
Okay.
to do.
First
That's
Amendment
why you're
right
not
to
here.
record you in
You
your
have nothing
duties.
better to do.
First Amendment right to record you in your duties.
This pity me and I'm the victim charade is a pitiful display as the concerned citizen reads the very laws this mischievous officer is sworn in to protect and follow.
Cool.
I'm Officer Sandoval. I'm advising you. I never caught your name. I know you don't want to identify yourself. You are not detained. You can walk off at any point.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, by the way, hey, sir. Thank you very much for your professionalism, man.
And it truly feels like this officer knows Sergeant Jack pulls this shtick often. Nice moment here, though.
I'll give you a fist bump, man. Holy crap, bro. What a punk.
Sergeant Jack, Miami Police Department.
I'm sorry about that. This guy literally... He's literally been sitting out here for a while, man. He's been sitting here for a while not doing anything. I went to go check and make sure he's okay, and he starts going off.
To get our ID, he needs to give us a specific statute.
Well, even then, yeah.
He couldn't articulate.
Exactly. 901.151. Harassment. I'm not harassing him.
He doesn't understand what the statute of harassment means. It's a repeated activity over a certain time. It can't be once.
Yeah.
In the state of Florida, you can't do something one time and be charged with harassment. It has to be repeated over a certain amount of time. Repeated activity over a certain amount of
Exactly.
time. You can't have a harassment for a one-time incident.
It has to be 3 times. 3 times is the way that the statute works.
Here is the ending that even shocked me as I saw this.
That's a scumbag, bro. This guy should be fired. But you're gonna run him over?
I don't know. Hey, it's really nice because pedestrians have right-of-way.
Sergeant Jack speeds through as one of the citizens was going through the crosswalk, giving off a threatening manner to hit him with his car. Now look, there have been many calls for defunding the police because, as we have seen many times over, it may be wise The reason our tax dollars do not have to go towards the brutalizations police put forth on the people of this country, or even go towards stupid acts like this from Officer Jack. The rise in police spending occurred not long ago. Investopedia wrote between 1977 and 2017, police budgets grew from $42.3 billion to $114.5 billion, according to an Urban Institute analysis of U.S. Census Bureau data. Corrections and court spending also increased during this period. In the wake of the George Floyd protests, some local politicians have dangled the fruit in the eyes of activists with passionate words and empty gestures. Bloomberg notes, even as the 50 largest U.S. cities reduced their 2021 police budgets by 5.2% in aggregate, often as part of broader pandemic cost-cutting initiatives, law enforcement spending as a share of general expenditures rose slightly to 13.7% from 13.6%. according to data compiled by Bloomberg City Lab. And many cities like Minneapolis and Seattle have watered down or put on pause changes that were proposed or even passed at the height of the 2020 demonstrations against racism and police brutality. Each year, state and local governments spend upward of $100 billion on law enforcement, and that's excluding billions more in federal grants and resources, wrote the ACLU.